I'm so impressed that this regularly 25 to 30 minute cake can be done in 15 minutes. Honestly, I don't want to jinx myself here, but it turns out perfect every time. We are ready to go on the Pit Boss. Oh my gosh, I hope this turned out. It feels a little not done. I've made this chocolate cake dozens of times in the oven, but today I threw it on the tabletop Pit Boss just to see what would happen. And let me tell you, not only did it bake way faster than in the oven, it came out just as rich and delicious as it always does. Turns out, this any occasion cake is portable and simple enough to make on any outdoor adventure. Okay, this is one of my favorite chocolate cakes. I've been making it for years and our kids love it, and it's so bouncy and fluffy and delicious, and honestly, I don't want to jinx myself here, but it turns out perfect every time. So we're gonna make it on the Pit Boss and see if we can give it like just a little bit of smoke and just see if it can turn out perfect on the Pit Boss too. Because why not? Maybe you want to make this while you're camping sometime. So first I am gonna butter my cast iron skillet and add a little bit of flour just to keep it from sticking to the bottom. I usually just kind of tap it over the sink like this. It's gonna be messy, but that's okay. Cast iron usually is. I gotta tell you guys, I'm pretty proud of my cast iron. I have two, one's a 12-inch and this is a 10. These have not had to have been cleaned for about a year now. I think it was a good year ago. I did the whole potato thing, you know, and got them good and clean, re-seasoned them. It took like 6 or 7 times and they look beautiful still a year later. So I don't know when we'll have to do that process again, but hopefully they'll last a little longer. But the key to that, I think, is each time you wash it out with hot water, you usually never use soap unless necessary. You know, you scrub it out with the little cast iron scraper that Lodge provides, or you can get them anywhere. And then I dry it off with a towel, and then I put it in the oven for like 5 minutes on like 450, and that gets all the rest of the moisture out, and then you can put it back in your cupboard and it won't develop rust. Okay, so this cake is so easy. I really hope this turns out tonight because I've been craving it for so long. We're gonna start with a cup of all-purpose flour. Not hard, right? Then a half cup of sugar. This is the only bowl I've got clean right now, so it all has to fit in here tonight. Everything else is either in the dishwasher or in the outside refrigerator marinating some meat. Okay, then we need a half cup of sugar and a half cup of cocoa powder. So we're putting all the dry ingredients together, and this here is a 1/4 cup measurement. So it needs 2 of those. Now we have cocoa powder everywhere, but it's all good. We need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So this is 1/4, half, 3/4, 1. We need 3/4 soda, 1/4, half, 3/4, and we're just gonna mix this up a little bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start a cup of boiling water. If you have one of these electric water kettles, if you don't have one, get one. They're freaking fantastic. I use this every day. It stays on my counter next to my coffee pot because I drink a lot of hot tea, and you can use it for anything when you need hot water fast. If that stove over there isn't heating up fast enough, I will boil a kettle of hot water in way less time and just dump it in my pot and I'm ready to go. I love this thing. So we only need about a cup. Put it on boil. You can put it on herbal tea. I love this one. If I can, I'll try to put the link in the description. It's a Ninja. That's gonna do its thing. I don't want it to be like bubbling boiling when I put it in because we're gonna put egg in there, and of course we don't wanna make scrambled eggs. So it's going to be hot, but not quite like 212 boiling. Okay, I forgot to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so we need to do that. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Now I think I make this with vegetable oil. Tonight we're doing coconut, so this is like a double. Don't know if it'll turn out, but I'm hoping so. 1 egg. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla. But that's like the rest of the bottle that I have, so we'll just call that 2 teaspoons. And we're gonna gently mix this. It's not quite ready yet. We need the hot cup of water. So let's get that egg in there so the egg stays nice and cool from the powders. Now, see here, we're already cooled off to 198. So it's still hot, but we're gonna go real slow. Okay, I'm gonna pour it into this cup to cool it off even more, and obviously to measure it. Still steamy, but we're good. So I'm gonna try to do this as I go with one hand here. Get some more of that in there. There we go. Mix that a little bit pretty quickly so we're not cooking eggs. And then let me add the rest because it's not looking like the right consistency yet. Whoops. It's okay if you splatter it. Okay, I need a little more because I need it to be like a thickish pancake batter. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, I am gonna, see how it's pretty thick? I'm gonna add a little bit more. So I didn't quite use the full cup yet. Okay, see how it's just nice and like cake battery? That's what we want. Okay, so now we're just gonna pour it into the skillet. Doesn't it look good already? Now I know that doesn't look like much, but don't worry, it will rise and do its thing. We want every last bit. Okay, we're just gonna get it even. And then I've got a 1/4 cup here of peanut butter chocolate chips, but I don't wanna use all of them, just some on half. And then for the kids who like walnut and chocolate chips, we're going on the other side. So half is nutty and half isn't. You can do whatever you want with this, but this is what I'm doing tonight. Sometimes I just use regular chocolate chips. Sometimes I use nothing. I'm just gonna push them down in a little bit. Sometimes we just wait till it's done and just use chocolate syrup and sprinkles. If it's someone's birthday, you can do whatever you want. Okay guys, we are ready to go on the Pit Boss. Okay, I've already got it cleaned. Well, set to 350 and then I cleaned it, of course, because you gotta get it when it's hot. But I did clean out the thing under the grate, whatever it's called, the thing. Maybe I'll find out and put it in the text, but it's the metal thing over the fire. I cleaned that off first before I heated it. Then I turned it up to 350, then scrubbed the grate. So it should be looking good. Now, normally I cook this, yeah, that flame is flaming. So, and I checked my pellets. If you were here last time and saw that on our camping trip when we made filet and lobster, and I was making like the squash tomato bake on the Pit Boss and it went nuts, something happened, the pellets got jammed up in there, and we figured that's all that it was. We didn't find another reason. It just took forever to heat back up after that point. And speaking of, I'm losing my heat now, so let's get this baby on. So normally in the oven, this would go on at 350 for about 25 minutes. So I'm gonna do the same here and see what happens, but I think we'll check it like in 15 to be safe. So, see you in 15. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Oh my. Okay, it's smelling good. And guys, that looks set. Don't you think? Wow. It looks good, but it almost looks a little burnt. Let's get it off there. I'm so glad I pulled that off when I did, aren't you guys? I think it's done. It's super hot. And when I walked out onto the patio, I could smell like almost a little burnt smell. You know how you can smell things when they're done sometimes? I'm like, oh my gosh. Good thing I didn't put 20 minutes on it. I mean, it's not jiggling. The texture does look a little different than when I make it in the oven. It looks a little shiny, but it's not like jiggling in the middle. So I'm gonna have to call it good. What do we do with it from here? Well, we let it sit for a good 30 minutes, maybe even 45, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna make it awesome. That is if it turned out awesome and I didn't totally burn the bottom. Because that flame, did you see the flame? I should show you the flame. If that flame didn't get the bottom of it, it's not totally burnt, I think we're in business. And it's like, it's still a hot summer day here, but it's a cloudy day and the wind is blowing and it's Sunday. And it just feels like a chocolate cake on the Pit Boss Sunday. So we're doing it. I gotta tell you, 35 minutes went by and that about took me a nap. Let's see if our ice cream is soft. Yeah, we're good. Okay, I've got a new container of so delicious dairy-free coconut vanilla bean ice cream. It's one of my favorites. But of course, you can use any vanilla you like. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see. Where were our chips? Peanut butter chocolate side, chocolate walnut side. So let's kind of go straight down the middle. Oh my gosh, I hope this turned out. It feels a little not done. How did that happen? Hold on, maybe it's just still warm. I'm gonna go with a peanut butter chocolate. No, I'm gonna go with a chocolate walnut. I'm a woman, I'm allowed to change my mind. Oh, I don't know, guys. I think it's gonna fall apart because it's so warm still. But let's see. Okay, not too bad. This is actually very close to how it always turns out for me. See how delicious that looks? It's like a little bit like spongy and soft. Okay, we are definitely giving it a good scoop of ice cream. That's as pretty as it's gonna get, guys. This chocolate syrup is brand new, so it's gonna come out of the bottle warm and not too thick. So it might look a little runny, but that's gonna be all right. We're going with it. Ready for it? Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. Okay, the moment of truth. Is this thing not beautiful? Oh my gosh. Y'all just should have seen that fork go through it. Here we go. Does that not look good? It's falling apart. Let me get some syrup on there. It's so good. Let me taste the cake by itself. What's different about it? I don't want to say it's smoky, but the walnuts taste smoky. That's cool. The cake is like, it's almost the same texture. It's very, very close to how it comes out of the regular oven. But oh man, this cake is so easy and so good every time I make it. This is what I wanted on Sunday. Okay, let me get this ice cream put away, and I'm gonna take that over there and enjoy 5 minutes of chocolate cake, and I'll be right back with what did we learn today? Jarrett is going to be one happy man when he gets home because, and Olivia too, because this will be waiting for them. And the chips and the walnuts is not something I do every time, so it'll be a special surprise. I'm so impressed that this regularly 25 to 30 minute cake can be done in 15 minutes. I'm so glad we checked this. So what did we learn today? We learned that chocolate cake cooks way faster on the Pit Boss than it does in the regular oven. The second thing I learned is I probably could have turned the heat down to 325, maybe even 300. But then again, maybe it wouldn't have taken 15 minutes. So it turned out great. There for a minute, I was a little scared. It was either burnt or something was going on with it, but honestly, it turned out very close to how I make it all the time. I will, of course, put the recipe on my website for y'all, and I hope you try it. Please comment below, let me know. Have you made a cake on a Traeger or a Pit Boss or a smoker of some kind? I'm interested. I don't really get the smoky flavor, but I can taste it in the walnuts. So they picked it up a little bit, but like the chocolate and the chocolate chips probably overpower anything that's smoky anyway. So maybe that's what I feel like is a little off. Maybe there is a slight smoke to it. The flavor is a little bit different than coming out of the oven. Now, I only used a half cup of white sugar. If you want this a little bit sweeter, you can add another quarter cup. I've done that before, but to my liking, it's too sweet. Plus, if you're gonna add more chocolate chips and then ice cream and syrup, like, do you really want all that sugar? So this cake typically is not super sweet by itself, and that's why it's one of my favorites. So, because you can add all the rest of the stuff to it. Anyway, tell me if you make it. I'll see you guys on the next one, and happy Sunday.